In the dark and turbulent center of the Milky Way, something has just occurred that has left astronomers perplexed. An enormous object, truly colossal, appears to have collided with one of the most mysterious structures in our galaxy, a cosmic filament known as the snake. The impact was so powerful that it deformed a magnetic line more than 230 light-years long, leaving a kind of scar visible even to ground-based radio telescopes. NASA and the Meerkat Observatory confirmed the anomaly. However, what is most unsettling is not the collision itself, but what it suggests about the origin and nature of these cosmic structures. This event is not a science fiction story. It occurred, literally, at the heart of our galaxy, about 26,000 light-years away, and was captured thanks to the combined eyes of the Chandra X-ray Observatory, the Very Large Array, VLA, and the South African Meerkat Radio Telescope. Let us remember that in Mesoamerican cultures, and even in Asia, Quetzalcoatl, or Zhulong, are serpents of light and time that descend from the sky, also associated with channels of light and knowledge. Could these ancient descriptions be metaphors for lost knowledge about the energies of the cosmos? And how does this relate to the cosmic serpents we have detected with our telescopes, one of which has now been torn apart by an object much larger than our Sun? The analysis of this incident, which curiously has not been reported by international news outlets, will be presented here in this video. Please stay with us. This is Alien Truth. A project led by astrophysicist Farhad Yousefzadeh and published in monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society reveals a cosmic event of extraordinary proportions, a colossal object that is a radio source with such a steep and energetic spectrum that it can only be explained as the trail of a pulsar. This object is moving through our galaxy at hypersonic speeds and has collided with a magnetic filament, or serpent, as astronomers nickname it, measuring 230 light-years, tearing it apart. It should be clarified that magnetic filaments in the galactic core have been enigmatic ever since their discovery. They are colossal structures, extremely thin lines of energy that seem to stitch space together like luminous threads, capable of stretching tens or hundreds of light-years. No one knows for certain what generates them. Some physicists argue that they are produced by the supermassive magnetic field of the central black hole, Sagittarius A star, while others believe they are remnants of ancient stellar explosions. However, there are researchers, quite a few, who suspect that these filaments could be artificial electromagnetic structures, traces of cosmic engineering by a civilization that dominates the energy of its galaxy, a Type 3 civilization on the Kardashev scale. The snake, as we have already mentioned, is the filament at the center of this story and is one of the most spectacular and enigmatic of all. It measures more than 70 parsecs, about 230 light-years, in length and has a width of less than half a parsec. It remains almost perfectly straight, except for two regions where it bends abruptly, as if something had twisted it in a non-natural way. These regions are known as elbows or kinks, and until now, no one has been able to explain their origin. But what does this have to do with extraterrestrials and evidence of their origin? Well, it turns out that Yousefzadeh's team discovered that precisely at the point where the snake is most violently deformed, there exists an extremely intense source of radiation, both in radio waves and X-rays. Its spectrum is so steep that it only fits with a neutron star spinning frenetically and launching jets of subatomic particles like cosmic lighthouses, a pulsar. But this pulsar does not appear to be an ordinary one, as its morphology reveals a massive object in motion, traveling at speeds that could reach between 500 and 1,000 kilometers per second. equivalent to more than 3.6 million kilometers per hour. At that speed, the object slammed directly into the filament, just as we are seeing here, causing a massive fracture. Imagine this. The energy released would have reconfigured the local magnetic field, injecting relativistic particles that left a trail visible in X-rays. It is, quite literally, a cosmic wound in the magnetic fabric of the galaxy. However, the mystery does not end there. The data show that the magnetic emission around the impact has flattened and that synchrotron radiation has intensified, suggesting that the collision was recent, although that is relative, since the light from this incident took 26,000 years to reach us. What is curious is that the most energetic particles are concentrated precisely at the fracture, as if something intelligent had channeled energy toward a specific point in the galactic field. Can you grasp the magnitude and importance of this? In the classical model, filaments like the snake are explained as rivers of electrons accelerated by natural magnetic fields. However, this theory fails to explain the geometric precision of some of them, nor why certain filaments appear to form orthogonal networks around the galactic center. Some suggest that we may be observing energy structures created by intelligent processes, something like transmission lines on a cosmic scale. Astrophysicist Paul Laviolette, in his galactic superwave model, proposed that the core of the Milky Way is not a simple passive black hole, but rather a periodic emitter of electromagnetic energy waves that travel through the galactic plane. Some researchers have compared the distribution of filaments to fractal or engineered patterns, similar to electrical circuits. In that context, the collision of the object may have activated a dormant zone of the galactic energy system, as if it had accidentally switched on a cosmic transmission line. Ancient Sumerian and Egyptian texts spoke of serpents of fire that traveled through the skies, and channels of divine energy that connected the stars. Although from a modern perspective this sounds mythical, the analogy with magnetic filaments is absolutely astonishing, don't you think? And if the snake filament truly represents a galactic energy current, natural or artificial, the impact of the pulsar could be equivalent to a spark that reignites a larger electromagnetic system, something that could even have influenced activity at the center of our galaxy. Models show that the collision released enough energy to perturb the local magnetic field and alter X-ray emissions for centuries. And although the most cautious scientists maintain the conventional hypothesis of a chance collision between a dead star and a magnetic filament, others are beginning to suspect that we are seeing only part of the phenomenon. Could the snake be part of a broader energy network, a kind of electromagnetic skeleton of the cosmos, perhaps the product of a technology or phenomenon even older than the stars themselves? Whatever the truth may be, the discovery shows that even a dead star can alter the very foundations of the space around it. And if the snake is truly a scar from that collision, we may eventually discover that our universe holds records of ancient intelligences, etched not in stone, but in the magnetic fields that envelop the very heart of the galaxy. This is Alien Truth, with research by Edward Betancourt. Until next time.